Hey everyone. So I'm doing things differently for the rest of 2020 as far as I know. I'm not doing the monthlies anymore just because my year is getting really busy and I don't necessarily have the time. But I do want to keep in touch with you and I still, want to help us move through the year. So I figure if you're watching this channel, there's a few of us now that this collective reading can really be specific to you. If you found this video, then this message is for you for this week. And I'll just kind of do a little mini reading for us for the week, for the collective. So we got the Ten of Cups in reverse. We got the Eight of Swords. We got the Father of Swords in reverse, and the Mother of Wands upright. So we got a lot of court cards, and then we got the Eight of Swords. So interesting. Here we go. I think this week we're really kind of, the Eight of Swords can so often be about being stuck and kind of blinded a little bit by the directions we can go in. So this is for the week of the 6th, right? Starting the 6th. So this is kind of maybe we're just going back to work, we're just going back to school, wherever it is that we have a place of business. We're kind of just re-entering what the year has in store for us. So with this energy, especially from this deck, I feel like this is more we're still in our chrysalis phase. So I don't really read this as us being stuck psychologically as much as it is us being kind of contained within ourselves as we maybe kind of try to explore who we're trying to become. It's we're not really quite exactly sure. We know we want different energy, we know we want to kind of level up, we know we want to become this butterfly, but our stuckness feels less like it's being imposed on us and more like we're cocooning in order to kind of, really move forward with a clearer sense rather than an imposed idea of our old self. So this is really about the transformation and about us kind of taking the beginning slow, not rushing into all the changes at once. We're kind of trying to create sustainable change, and that will be much easier if we can kind of not put pressure on ourselves to be someone we're not, but to let ourselves evolve over time into the butterfly. Hope I'm making sense. So we got the Mother of Wands, the Snake Girl, and then we got the Father of Swords and the Ten of Cups in reverse. So we have the Mother, the Father, and the Sun, and we have water, air, and fire. We don't have earth. So let's just kind of contend with what we have here. We have this Mother of Wands, who I think is really kind of communicating to us that who we want to grow into this year is someone who is more creatively capable of everything. And someone who has ideas and can act on them, and someone who lets inspiration guide them, and someone who kind of isn't afraid or held back, right? This is someone who is just kind of charismatic and someone who kind of presents themselves authentically by going with the flow. But then we also have this Father of Swords in reverse, and I think this is us kind of letting go of old limiting beliefs, old stories we've been telling about ourselves, kind of our old, this, to me, the Father of Swords is strictness, so this is kind of maybe us contending with our own inner critic, who maybe gets in the way of some of this energy of kind of going with the flow and being kind of divinely sparked in certain directions. So I feel like we're also kind of thinking about, well, what are the ways I'm really mean to myself? What are the ways in which I kind of hold myself back, I guess? because of what I'm telling myself about what's possible for me, or the ways I'm critical of myself that like makes me scared to put myself out there. Because then we also got this Son of Cups, and the Son of Cups is like the Knight of Cups in traditional decks. This is about emotions, but this is also kind of like us like holding back our emotions, not wanting to share them necessarily. This could be us, for example, like having a crush, but really acting like super cold to our crush, and like acting as if like it's like almost like we're like going to the other direction, like where our feelings are so strong that we're kind of putting them behind ice, so that we can like kind of protect ourselves. And that again speaks back to this whole cocooning energy of there's a lot that we want to move into, this kind of like creative free spirit vibe for the year of 2020. But I think that there's this a little bit of just like kind of lingering past stuff about how we deal with our emotions, and kind of like how we can be critical of ourselves, and like kind of be an inner critic that is making us just want to kind of chill out and like process a little bit more, and kind of have again that cocoon moment at the beginning of the year to go slow, because it's like kind of like we're being pulled in these two directions of like the new version of us that we know we can be, and kind of like the old things that are holding us back, or our fears, especially our fears around vulnerability, or our fears around being seen, because that's the Father of Swords in reverse to me, is that inner critic. The inner critic is afraid of being seen. And so, instead of being seen, you're kind of still in the chrysalis phase. But to me, this isn't like necessarily, again, about you being stuck, but more just about you processing and keeping yourself kind of in a holding place until you can find more certainty. So that is the first little mini reading of 2020. I hope you enjoyed. Again, this applies to like anyone who's watching, because the collective of us is small enough that I feel that this can resonate and be true for you. And if it's not your message, then there's a bunch of other tarot videos online, obviously. So I love you. Let's keep in touch, and let's see how 2020 goes. Bye.